Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is February 18th, 2021, and this is episode 206. Today we're looking at Thor from Marvel. This is a number 12 issue. It is part 4 of the arc called Prey. And let's take a quick look at the cover, all right? This is a recommend, by the way. On the cover, we've got Valkyrie. I believe that is Jane Foster. It doesn't really look like her as she does in the book, but she's in it as a Valkyrie, so I'm assuming that's who it is. And then we have this gentleman here, and I believe this is Odin, because I can't think of anybody else in this issue that was in it that kind of looks like this, although he doesn't look like this in the book. So he's got more of a flat top and a long mane and a more manicured beard, as I recall. He also looks much more stocky than this guy. So, and this scene does not appear in the book. So, if you're looking to see this happen, it will not happen. Okay. I'll get a nice blurb. As you recall, Donald Blake has gone crazy with power. He's out of his mind. He's trying to get as much magical power from Asgard or anything that Odin has touched and presented as magic to people, power. He's trying to get all that and destroy all of those people that hold those things. Meanwhile, Thor has been stuck under the roots of the world tree, unable to escape, and the rest of Thor's allies are stuck in the dimension blood. So they got their own thing going on. As we ended we'll get to that in a second. The writer on this is Donny Cates. The artist, who I've been enjoying his art for the most part, is Nick Klein, and Matt Wilson is the colorist. This is Prey, part 4 of 6. And I want to say number 3 ended with Throg being introduced at the very end there. And this isn't Throg, but it's supposed to be a kind of a transition, I guess, to Throg. And they were on this top of this kind of mountain pond, I'm not sure, a little forest area. And that's where Donald Blake had come through the portal there, only to come up against Throg, who was ready to take him down. Now we've got all this backstory and introduction, talking about Throg a little bit, and it's in this microfiche style, very small print. Took me a while to get through it. And then we go right to an ad. And Marvel, you got to stop doing this. You start a book and then you go right to an ad. That's dumb. Okay. So the frog was actually in a science class, biology, and suddenly Donald Blake comes flying through the wall. He's going through a portal, and it's because Throg has zapped him with the hammer. Now, Throg is also being assisted here by Lockjaw, the dog. And you can see we've got Donald Blake here wielding an axe and a sword. He has stolen those from different people, so to speak, or different areas. And here comes Lockjaw from behind, attacking him. So they're really fighting it out. Donald Blake's able to use his Biofrost magic from Asgard to repower himself and knock the guys back for a second, but they come back charging. As you can see, Throg attacks Donald once again, but Donald catches him and eats him. And Lockjaw comes in from behind, and before Lockjaw can attack, because he's coming through the portal as well there, the hammer of Throg comes out and boomerangs back and hits Donald Blake in the gut, which pops the frog back out. The frog is all squared away, and he's coming at Donald Blake again while Lockjaw has locked his jaws down on Donald Blake's arm. And you can see through the silhouette here as Lockjaw tosses Donald Blake away. Throg nails Donald Blake right in the forehead, right between the eyes with his hammer. Hits him so hard he creates a crater in this strange place. So they've gone through like that mountaintop down to through the school, and now they're in some strange place with dead objects around, skeletons and whatnot. So they're kind of standing by, waiting for Donald Blake's next move. Meanwhile, Jane Foster's trying to get a hold of Tony Stark, and she's just getting that message that we got about Thor, when Thor was trying to call him back in Hammerfall arc, if you recall that. So suddenly some stuff starts falling from the sky, and Throg plops down right in front of Jane Foster. You can see Jane Foster is sporting really short hair now, so no man will be attracted to her, apparently. And then as Throg's there, suddenly Lockjaw comes through. And Throg's actually telling her, Lady Jane, run. And Throg comes down. Now, Donald Blake had lunch with Jane a little while later, but he didn't realize she was now a Valkyrie, because Donald Blake has been off on his own in that place that he was just being kept, a kind of a alternate dimension, or that kept Donald Blake happy, but he ended up going crazy. So both Lockjaw and Throg now are down for the count. We see Jane Foster look up, and she sees Doctor Strange being attacked by Donald Blake. And so she turns into Valkyrie. Donald Blake is throttling Doctor Strange because he realizes Doctor Strange has power. He's been touched magically from Odin too as well, so he's got an extra boost of power. Jane urges Donald to stop, and this is when Donald realizes Jane is a Valkyrie, and this he finds very interesting, because that's another power source now. So he chucks Doctor Strange down while Jane catches him. Jane's like, nothing wrong with her. Everybody else is faulted in this, but Jane is just awesome. Way to go, Marvel. No faults at all. So Jane's asking Doctor Strange, why is Donald Blake after you? And he tells him, well, Odin touched me, graced me with his magic, and these are these special robes that he gets when he goes into that form, I guess. And this also showed up in issue number 4 of King in Black, which I reviewed last night. I was wondering where this thing came from, and now I know. It's part of the Odin magic. So basically, Donald Blake has gone away because he's got a new idea of what he's going to do, and tells him he's going to come back for the 4 of them later. And then next scene, we see Donald Blake at the World Tree chopping away. He's going to cut it down. Thor's underneath this thing, and this blood, or sap blood, is dropping down on him. Thor calls for help, but no one can hear him. Because everybody's kind of in the same position as he is. So Jane calls for her flying mount, and off she goes, leaving Doctor Strange with Lockjaw and Throg. She goes to another world. She cracks open the saloon doors here, and she sees this guy drunk, and she calls to him and says, we need you. This is your part of your mess. You got to come now. And it turns out it's Odin. Looks like he's got a little bit of a hangover going on. So this is to be continued at this point, but I really liked the writing in this. I thought the art was pretty good for the most part. A lot of action. It really moved. It was very fluid. The writing was fluid, so you didn't get stuck on some complex, flowery prose that we sometimes see from Donny Cates. So good job, Donny, on this one. And we get a cover shot for issue part 5 of Prey. So that looks pretty good. I like that. All right. So thanks for stopping by, listening to my review of Thor number 12, Prey part 4. As always, please like, please subscribe if you haven't. Please leave comments. We'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. This is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.